I'm all right. You?
Yeah, evening. Good to see you, mate.
Thanks for
Long time.
thanks for joining us.
I know. I didn't have a sick note today, did I? I didn't have anything on, so busy. Where's everyone else at? Anyway, where's everyone else?
Oh, I don't know, mate. Probably watching Germany walk around the pitch crying their eyes out, unfortunately.
Hey, I've just literally jumped off the TV to get on the live stream because I watched the end of the game.
Me too.
Game that was. Brilliant
Yeah,
game,
good.
wasn't it?
Really good game. Really good, mate.
I do feel for the
Really
Germans
good.
though, because obviously it's their tournament, so the fact that they're knocked out, it's a bit rubbish for them, but
I feel for the Germans.
Good game. Oh, they're not too bad. Hey, when I went to Germany, they were very, very nice people. Looked after me. Apart from, this is a bit of a weird one. So we were English in the fan parks. All the other like football team fans, they all got like the proper traditional steins with the glass, massive glass.
You had a fruit shoot, yeah, with a straw.
No. They were like fruit shoot for the little lad. No, they gave us, because we were English fans, they gave us plastic pint pots. I was like, where's the steins? They were like, no, we've run out. I was like, oh, come on. It's a bit obvious, isn't it? Yeah, and England fans, they gave us plastic cups, mate.
Was it good though? Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, honestly, I've never been to like, some people in the chat may have been, but I've never been to like a Euros or a World Cup or anything like that. And just the atmosphere is unreal, really good. Just nice to meet like people from other countries as well, and they're just dead supportive. Like, oh, how are you getting on? What do you think to England? And obviously at that time, we're still at this time like, oh, I don't think we've got it in us. We're a bit boring. We can't score goals. And to be fair, most of them were like kind of agreeing with us. They were a bit shocked how bad England were. But yeah, no trouble or anything. It was nice, really good. Proper enjoyed it. That was 2 weeks ago.
Good.
It took me 2 weeks to recover though, because that's the problem with it. It was a stag do, so there's a lot of partying going on. That's why I've aged so much since I was last on.
And how was your fish tank when you got home after all that? More importantly,
so when I was there this time, my wife looked after it, so she's kind of trained up on it as well. So she was looking after it.
So it's doing a lot better than normal then, yeah?
It's actually improved. It's the crazy thing about this hobby though, mate. The more that you like leave it and just stop messing and fiddling and stuff, I think the better it is generally.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, so yeah, it's doing well at the moment. It's doing well. It looks a bit washed out on the picture, like, but yeah, it's the camera. It's not the tank. It's not the tank.
Well, thanks for joining me anyway. Everybody else is on holiday or too busy. Anyway.
Yeah, well, we are missing him.
Oh, you want to do a register?
Birthday, isn't it? It's Paul's birthday, so happy birthday.
Oh, it's Paul's birthday on, when was it? Was it Thursday? Sorry.
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday, yesterday? Wednesday, yesterday? Yeah. Thursday, yesterday. Happy birthday, Paul, if you're watching.
Yeah, happy
birthday. You had a good one.
Give him a shout out as well. That'd be good. And
right, then,
also,
let's
happy birthday
see
to you.
Who is in the house.
Happy second week birthday for the channel, mate. Honestly,
hey, I got it right this week, and I know what I did wrong last week. Me and Rob, I was having, yeah.
I didn't notice anything last week. I didn't notice anything. I watched the video back. I didn't see anything.
No, I had to create another stream. So basically, what happened is, for everybody that's watching this, that wants to know, not that you're probably bothered, I'd set it up StreamYard while I was at work. So I used my work email. I'd use my work email to create the account. But then when I was at home and I wasn't at work, I then sent the link to Rob on my personal email.
Right. Okay.
So when I logged back in, the link that I'd created was anyway. Yeah, if that makes any sense. So I had to create a new link. Anyway, we got there in the end. It was good. It was all right.
Professional tonight, mate. Straight on, work to treat. Nice little logo and everything. Man, I'm loving it. I can't rip the mick out of you now, though, about not having a YouTube channel.
Why not? I'm gonna do it to you, mate. That's the only reason why I come on.
Help me out, guys, in the chat. What else can I rip him for now? We ain't got a YouTube channel.
Oh, here we go. Right, we're going to do a roll call, Jason, or what? Let's say hello to who's bothered to entertain us this evening. Absolutely. 27 watching. So, first person to join us, Tony, as always. Thanks for joining us, Tony, mate. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, we'll see what happens this week. We've got Jay, so it should be.
I'm on the best behaviour.
John writes here. Now, I've seen John's new shirt for Aqua. He sent me a preview.
How come you've got an exclusive on that?
Because, to be fair to John, he did me a really good deal on some XR15 lights for the garage. Because the T5 that I want to run in the garage has just got way too hot. It's got that hot that it's, well, we've had some nice weather, but it wasn't the greatest last week up here in Yorkshire. Yeah. So, I decided I need to go LED. So, to be fair to John, well, to be fair, actually, Lee, One Arm Reefer, messaged me saying, have you seen these that Johnny Boy's doing? I said, do I get a free shirt? He said, no. So I said, all right, I'll have them anyway. So, cheers, John. We got here in one piece, but no. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
You took his lights and bought him a shirt in return with a bit of money or something. Is that how it worked?
No, I was talking to John and he showed me his shirt that he'd bought for Aqua H. I got a sneak preview on Instagram.
Fair enough. I understand that. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Apparently, it matches the bikini set that you've bought for Aqua H. So I don't know what's going on.
I am looking forward to it. September, Aqua. I'm looking forward to it. But I haven't sorted out my dress code yet. No, I will.
Apparently, you're going with coconut shells and a grass skirt. I don't know.
Mate, I haven't got the body for that. No, I haven't got the body for that. No. I don't know what to wear. I'll probably like wear just a t-shirt like this again. You know, like we did last time. Bit of salty swagger merch, something like that, I think.
That's it.
I like this one. I got this one last time. I went to wherever it was. Love to Reef. That was it. Sorry, Paul, I forgot the name of it.
Reef. Techers, evening.
Nice.
Thanks for joining us. Lee. Mentioned you there. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Hope you're well. Who else is in the house? Rennie's Reef. Evening, Rennie's Reef.
Rennie. Nice to see you.
UKM 120. Regular. Thank you very much.
Always regular.
Dave. Evening, Dave, mate.
Nice one, Dave. Your tank's looking well, actually, Dave. His tank's looking well. On Instagram.
Gaza. Evening.
Gaza. Oi, oi. Savaloy. He's on the beers already. He's on the beers. Been watching the football.
Stuart, evening.
Evening, Stuart. Good to see you, mate.
Rob, thanks for coming on.
Rob.
Thanks again for last Friday. Look forward to talking to you on Sunday.
Rob,
another live stream.
He was really good. I think we need to get him on. He should have been on tonight as well. He was really good. I enjoyed it. In particular,
very knowledgeable bloke.
He's super smart. Yeah. He's a doctor though. I didn't realise that, but yeah, that makes him like a very intelligent guest, being a doctor, doesn't it? And then
it can only come on if he has his stethoscope.
No, honestly, he's very knowledgeable. But I loved his because obviously I'm a geography, his travel stories about how the reefs had changed since the 90s in different parts of the world.
Definitely.
That bit I thought was fascinating. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Rob, get yourself back on.
Evening, Hayley. Thanks for joining us again.
Hayley.
Happy Friday to you, Hayley.
Yes.
What else have we got?
Friday.
You don't got beer? What you got? A cup of tea?
Cup of tea? I might have to get my missus get me a beer.
Are you allowed? I bet they're locked up, aren't they? She's got the padlock code.
She counts them in and out. That's it.
Reef 216 evening. Thanks for joining us. Scotty boy, thanks for joining us, mate.
Scott. Good to see you, buddy.
Who else we got? Darren. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for the kind words again last Friday. Appreciate your support, mate.
He's the chap. All right. You cheeky sod. He messaged me. It's like, he just put like video ? I was like, what are they? Obviously, because I haven't put a video out for what is it out there about 2 months now?
Yeah,
Darren. I'll do a video soon. I don't know. I'm going to do one, I think, on Goniapora. I think I'm going to do one on that. So
who's little orange bloke you've got on, Tom, as he escaped from the Wonka factory?
Mate, I don't look orange.
Lumpa. I bet that's what happened to you in Germany. You got handcuffed, didn't you, to the stag?
I have actually got a tan at the moment, but it does look a bit orange. It's this camera's crap.
Evening, Liam. Evening, mate.
Nice.
We've got the one and only Tim. Evening, Tim. How's it going?
Wakey.
I hope you're coming to the Reefers barbecue. We're having a Reefers barbecue, Jay. It's too far for you.
It's on the 20th.
How do you know I am?
Because you invited me to it. It's on
did I invite you to it? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Saturday the 20th, isn't it?
That's it, mate. That's it. Yeah. David, how you doing, mate? Evening.
Did you invite everybody on your channel to it, or just a few people?
If people live within a certain radius of Rotherham, not that they'd be proud of doing so, they are more than welcome to hit me up. No, I'm not like you. It's all about subs. It's not all about subs. Subs.
You can go to Tom's garden party.
Garden party. It's just a barbecue for reefers. The terrorists so far. Christian's coming. Who else we got?
Heard that.
Oh, you're gonna come now because your Bessie's coming. Yeah.
I'm tempted now. Christy's going.
Crinkle Reef evening. Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday to you, NJ Reefer. Happy Friday again. And we've got Jupiter's Reef. Evening, everybody.
Evening,
and
mate.
I think we are pretty much. I think we're there, mate.
What a crowd! That's a pretty good. That's a good crowd.
Yeah, thanks. Considering it's Friday, the sun's shining, football's been on, and Portugal, France are on now. But yeah, thanks for joining us.
Well, if there's any goals, guys, just hit us up in the comments because I want to keep track of the scores. If anybody scores, let us know.
Oh dear.
I haven't got it on at all. Yeah.
What's happened in your week has been on with your week of reefing? I know you've been away.
Right, what's been happening? The starfish is still alive. Look, after what is that now? 2 months. So I got told, I got like the fear of God in me about starfish in the sense that, like, literally, if you change a parameter, if there's a swing, if there's a temperature change, anything like that, they just get stressed out and then kind of start losing eggs. I think it was Grumpy Reefer. He's not in tonight, is he? But he was like, "Oh yeah, mine lost its 5 legs and then just dropped on the sand." And I was like, "Bloody hell, it sounds like quite hard to keep." But yeah, he's doing well. Look, super healthy. It's actually got a bit bigger as well. My Linky starfish.
It's not stick, is it? It is real.
Yeah, it's real, mate. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, yeah. That's
it's like one who's stuck on the glass.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hang on.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You see his little things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
his little feet. Okay.
He's moving. Look. Proper moving. So they're like.
Any names? Any nicknames for him?
No, he hasn't got a name. No.
Oh, I'm sure everybody can come up with. I'm sure people can come up with a suggestion.
We see what happened to yours. Your bloody.
It's on my channel. Don't matter. We're monetized. Who needs it?
We don't care. We can do what we want.
Just be yourself. It's Friday. It's past the watershed. Just go for it.
Keep an eye on him, right? It looks like he's not moving, but proper shifts, honestly. But he's ace.
Is it super glued to the glass? Yeah.
You know what though? Look at isn't that the coolest thing on the glass? Should have got one a bit earlier. Really, it's ace. I absolutely love it. Like just the coolest thing on the glass, and also to say that like you've got a pet starfish is a bit. This is cool, isn't it? Having a pet starfish. But yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I kept the back wall dirty, so I always got the back wall. It's got like algae and sponges and stuff on it. So he seems to be well fed, and yeah, he's doing well. Chuffed to bits with him. What else? I checked my calcium, and I did all my testing this week just to make sure everything was on point. Calcium was 450. I was like, get in. That was on the Salifert, but yeah, like on the money. Alkalinity was 8.2. So that was pretty good. Yeah, and everything I was all right with that. Nitrates, phosphates were good. So yeah, not much going on really, mate. I've got a bit of a gonny ear that's a bit sulking, but I don't know what's happening with that one there. But I'm not stressing because all the rest of them are all right. But yeah, it's going well, mate. So I just need a bigger tank, don't I? That's the thing now. This one is just easy now. It's just it's settled. It's in its rhythm. It's stable. I do a 10% water change every week, and yeah, it's just good, mate. I love it. It's easy. This bit's easy.
Suggestion is that you got it's Chris and Patrick.
Yeah, because he's red. Yes, good shout that is, Lee. There you go. Possibly Patrick. But I really like him. He's super cool. And everybody else is getting on all right. All my fish are fine. My shrimps are fine. Snails are good. Urchins good. Everyone's just doing well. I don't really do much with it now. I don't add anything, so nothing's coming into the tank. I haven't put any corals in for it. The last coral I put in was them gonnies that I got. They're settled in. So like, unless you're adding stuff like left, right, and centre, you need an upgrade. I do need an upgrade. It's just I ain't got the money for it either. That's the problem. I've got to pay.
No. Sorry. What he's saying is I need to upgrade J. So I need J 2.0, not a different fish tank.
I see. Yeah. Cheers, mate. Get where's that other man that's from Manchester? He's a good value wherever he is. Steve. Come on.
Yes. Thoughts that to Steve. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Love you lots, mate. Love you lots.
I've had a bit of a crap one this week, mate, if I'm honest with my tanks.
You have? So
not had a great week this week.
Big water change, didn't you? You said you posted
the display's fine. The DT's fine. No. My evening, Gareth. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Oh, Gareth's there, yeah. No worries, mate. Good to see you.
No, the QT in the garage with the fish in it, the possum wrasse that Drippy bought up from me a couple of weeks ago was wiped out all my fish.
What were like white spot or velvet or what was it?
Velvet, by the looks of it, yeah. Which is why I'm going to talk to Rob about what I'm going to talk to Rob about on. I didn't want to mention it, Tom. I hope it's all good. No, it's not good at all, mate. So I lost the melon. I lost the Melanaris to start with. I started freshwater dipping stuff. Then I lost the blue eye cold tang, and then I lost my Scopus tang this morning. So been a bit of a crap one this week. It's part of the hobby, unfortunately. But again, it can be a cruel hobby. Yeah. So the only fish that's alive is the last one that went in the QT. So anyway. It's not the.
Did he not have that problem?
Not the last time I've had an issue.
Did Drippy not have that problem in his tank before he moved it? No, obviously the fish was healthy.
No, it didn't move it. It came from an LFS. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. So.
Which one?
Anyway, no comment.
Oh my god!
We've also got the zoo joining us. Evening, the zoo.
Which time?
Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you. Hey, mate. Good to see you. Yeah, really good. I know you said you're going to drop in. Honest to God, wonderful to see you, buddy. I had a little chat with him. I know he's been chatting to Drippy as well, hasn't he? Mate, quality. Yeah. Lovely to see you, mate. Stick around for a little bit if you can.
So Velvet, not it. Well, I'll talk to you about it tomorrow, and we'll obviously talk about it on the live stream that we've got scheduled for Sunday morning. Because Rob's background, don't quote me, but it's something I'm going to talk about on Sunday morning. We've got a live stream set for 10 o'clock Sunday morning. Talk about QT and fish because Rob's a bit of an expert. If you want to learn anything or have any ideas of what to spot and all that sort of thing, then tune in on Sunday morning. Just an hour. 10 o'clock Sunday morning, we're going to talk to Rob about his advice for people for any fish they've got or you're buying or any issues and how to prevent it sort of thing. But bit of a coincidence that I was talking to Rob about doing that, and then a couple of days later, I'd got an absolute nightmare. But that's why you separate them. That's why they were in the tank on their own, and that's why they weren't. Well, they were never going in the DT behind me.
Mate,
but at the same token,
imagine that. Imagine if you stuck it in there.
Yeah, but I had issues in the early days, if you can vaguely remember, before I put any corals in, and they did get coppered, and it took me however many months to get the copper out. But the fish I've got behind me, I've had for years, and that's not to say the fish in the garage didn't get treated any differently. They got treated with a lot of love and attention, but at the same token, it's one of those things. The last fish that, what are you giggling at? You can't giggle.
It's like love and attention. I'm talking serious. Just got this vision of how you're giving them love and attention. Like,
mate, I don't even read my bedtime stories. I just feed mine properly. That's all I can say.
Play some music or something. Put some music on for them and just woo them in.
Woo my fish. Cool. Jump from the boat.
Oh yeah, they were good days. They were. So is it on the Tom Daly? Is it? Is that what it is? That's what I've nicknamed your other bit, Tom Daly. Answer. Sunday morning,
Yeah.
Tom Daly, the Daily Reef
Right.
chat.
Anyway,
did you not want to pick my brains on Velvet, or did you think I knew nothing about it? You got Rob on instead. Yeah, I'm gonna tune in for that. It's like the perfect time. You just when you get up and you sat around.
That's what we're doing. Sunday morning, 10 till 11. We're going to do an hour, and it might become a regular thing, a live stream just for an hour, and then we'll go from there. But I'm hoping to start loading videos up on the channel, and we'll probably start posting for a Saturday morning for people. Wow. So I told you I was going to do it, just in my own time. So back off.
Anyway, you're not just doing it. You're going to do you're going big. 2 live streams.
Well, I think. Yeah, I enjoy the live stream. Yeah, I do. I enjoy it.
I do. So it's good.
Especially if it's something sort of informative like that. I mean, to be fair to Rob, keep bigging him up, but he is the man with that. But what was sort of, I suppose, a bit of a, not necessarily a feather in my cap, but a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? When I spoke to him the other day with the issues I'd got, everything that I'd done in terms of, how I dealt with it was what he would have told me to do anyway. So I was quite relieved.
That's reassuring, isn't it? Yeah. That's
reassuring, thank you. Yeah, quite reassuring. Reassuring. Anyway. But it's been a bit of a crap one this week. So back to the, but just goes to show, you think a fish like literally this big would just come in and be a carrier, and, just goes to show, doesn't it? I mean, my missus Karen's had, she's had COVID this week, unfortunately, and she's not been very well at all.
Oh, bless her. Get well soon.
It's been off the last few days, but I've not shown it.
Feel terrible, that does, for about 6 weeks.
It does. But I've not had any symptoms. So
you're all right for the time being.
Anyway.
I was going to...
No, thanks, mate. I should hope I'm all right, full stop. For the time being.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, because it's like... inevitable, isn't it? You're going to catch it surely in the same house.
No, the point I'm making is that with the fish, if you let me finish, shut up. If you let me finish, it just goes to show that a tank with whatever fish in it, that size, healthy, fat, feeding, whatever, you can bring in the smallest fish that's a carrier, and it can have a devastating effects, which is what's happened to me. Anyway,
I know, you can try to mitigate issues coming in, by trying to quarantine and dipping your corals, but there is still an element of luck in there in this game. Every time you put something in, there's always that risk, and that's why I was quite glad when I got to my tank and I had it fully stocked. And I'm so glad I got to that point, because I know that there's nothing else that's going to come in after that now. Without any issues, but there is an element of luck in it. You can dip. You can quarantine, but you've got to have a bit of luck on your side at the same time.
I've got a lot of questions for Rob on Sunday. Don't panic, mate. I'm not going to put you under the microscope, but
I won't know.
I've got a lot of questions, because
leave the highbrow stuff for the Sunday.
No, as daft as it sounds, you wouldn't get a cat or a dog from somebody if it hadn't had its jabs, i.e., QT'd, in a sense.
Yeah.
So I almost sort of feel like, well, what's the difference for fish? And I know that's really, what's the word I'm looking for? A bit of a debate, but I know fish shops have got to make profit, they've got overheads to pay, blah, blah, blah. But I just think, Christian charges obviously more for his fags because they go through a quarantine process. And people are having to pay for it because they're hardier, and they're more likely to live and thrive and survive. But what's the difference for fish? Anyway, that's not tonight's topic. We'll talk about that Sunday with Rob. Anyway,
doesn't it? Can you ask the question though? Because I believe it does cause a little bit of harm to the fish when they're being quarantined under copper treatment. I've read that it does shorten life expectancy and things like that. And obviously, it eradicates the chance of disease, but it can have a lasting impact on the health of the fish. I've heard. If you can ask him
so do sunbeds.
Damn, I've been caught out. I may have been on somebody. You be talking to my wife. I'm like
always
David
talk to your wife.
Of the reefing world, I am.
Something like that. Anyway, so you wanted to thank you ever so much. Anyway, we've done the roll call. Thanks for everybody for joining us. 25 minutes in, you want to talk about dosing, Jason?
Who did?
You did.
I could talk about dosing, yeah. Well, I only
topic of tonight is dosing.
I only mentioned it because I was reflecting on my own little journey, whilst I sat there with a cup of tea, thinking, what is it that's made my tank successful? Like, just trying to think why it's, what's gone well with the tank. And I honestly think the dosing bit was one of like the top 3 things that's really helped the tank, because it's helped it be stable. And because it's been stable, then it's been successful in terms of like coral health. Parameters have been stable for the fish, the corals, and all that sort of stuff. So I was just thinking, without dosing, especially like, I know it's only a little tank, without dosing, I don't think I'd have had the same success with the corals. I've had very few corals die, and I'm thinking, like, why is that? And I put it down to dosing. And then on my channel, quite a lot of people ask me about, like, what doser do you use? How do you dial in a doser? A lot of people ask that. Like, how do you know how much to dose?
Yeah.
I thought, that's a good little, because when you first start out, you don't like dialing in your dosing is quite a tricky thing. And then Reef Dog had a video on about dosing lines and stuff like that. I thought, there's a bit out there at the moment about dosing. So that's why I thought, let's have a chat about it.
Well, so when did you decide you were going to start dosing then? What got you into the dosing train, so to speak?
So I was just thinking of the science of it. I didn't watch too many videos, but I thought, right, as soon as I put my corals in here, they're going to uptake the elements that they're going to need to grow. So they're going to need calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium. And then I was thinking, well, the only way they're going to get those back is when I do a water change, which is going to be once a week. I was thinking, well, why don't I try and give them the things that they need to grow every single day? I thought, well, the only way to do that is either manually dose, which is a bit like risky. Like, who can manually dose accurately? Like, different times of the day. And also, like, as you know, with dosing, it's like very often, but as little as possible, so you don't get the swings. So, like, in this tank, it's like milliliters, tiny, like fractions of a milliliter, as it were. I know you're gonna have.
Brilliant comment. Brilliant comment. Brilliant comment.
Mate. I am 5'9", Dave. Don't you worry about that.
Only because you've got your high heels on.
I know. 5'9" and a bit. I'll see you at Ackerman. I'll show you my. Anyway, all these lot are all 6 foot on here. It's ridiculous. Like, Steve,
sorry,
you're not 6 foot. You're about 5. You're about the same size as me, aren't you?
I'm 5'11".
Yeah, a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Anyway,
going back to it. So yeah, so I was thinking, dosing. So I was just thinking, as little and often as I possibly can. So actually, even when things are taken out, it just stays there. Like, alkalinity stays rock steady, magnesium, calcium, and dosing food. And then I was thinking, like, when you go on holiday, you can't manually dose, so you can't do a water change. So you're going to have to keep those elements topped up. So I just thought, right, I'll get a doser. It's the only way to do it. And I decided very early that was something that I needed to do to ensure that my livestock were healthy and thriving, not just surviving, thriving. And I had torches in pretty early on, after about 3 or 4 months. Never touch wood, not lost a torch or anything, not lost any corals really. And I just think that's not because I'm a good reefer. I just think it's because every time something's taken out by the corals, it's just getting replaced by the dosing. So actually, I'm a bit of an advocate for it. I've never really said it in my videos much. That's why I thought I'd talk about it. But I just thought that is, I think that's a key thing to have on. I know obviously a lot of people on that been drinking this, the CVE. That's
is that what it is?
The CVE, look, that's bright orange. What do you reckon? Mate, that's a bit worrying.
So what do you dose then? Is that what you dose?
No, not on my doser. No, I do put this in every now and again. I put this on every couple of days. So I dose Red Sea foundations. So Red Sea alkalinity, Red Sea calcium, and Red Sea magnesium. So those 3 I dose.
Okay.
And then I dose amino acids. And then someone said on a video recently about dosing amino acids, saying you shouldn't do it because it actually accelerates like undesirable bacteria and stuff like that. Like if you've got dinos and stuff. I know amino acids will fuel algae because I kind of read about that. But I haven't got, because my tank's that old now, it hasn't really got any algae. So when I put the aminos in, there isn't really any algae in there to feed. So yeah, so I've got amino acids on there. I don't know what anybody else's thoughts in the chat about amino acid dosing, positive or negative.
Limited.
You're not a fan, no? See, I've done it from day one. I think I've got LPS.
I think yeah, exactly. I think it depends on what your ideal nutrient level is going to be, because you can always overdo it. And it's, I was saying this to Alex the other day. He's not actually in tonight. I don't know where he's gone. There's not many people in this hobby that won't be able to put their hand up and say they've overdosed on amino acids. And I don't mean personally OD'd on it. I mean the tank.
Yeah.
But it's one of those that I think you've got this, especially the Red Sea. What was it? Go on, the one that was the luminous yellow that everybody was just everybody was getting giddy about. Oh, look at me! Look at this that turns me tank luminous yellow, green. You know, it's like and then your ANA checker light blows up the day after.
Yeah, that's
You know.
But, I think this might have I've got CV, which is very similar to AB plus, and I think this has got a bit of aminos in as well. But
I really don't think they're necessary personally. But
you not think
I really don't think they're necessary. I think again, each to their own. You can play around with it, but if you get carried away with it, like I have before, it can bite you in the ass, and you end up having to do loads of water changes.
Well, yeah. You don't want that. Not on your time.
Which you don't need to be doing, because it's just time and effort and expense. So anyway.
Know. It's one of them things that I've done from the start, but I can't really put my finger on if it's had a major benefit or not. Like I've done it, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so that's on there.
I kind of agree with down there.
Yeah.
Natural waste, natural nutrients. Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep it natural.
Absolutely, that's a good one. I do dose phytoplankton, but I do that manually. And again, if there is algae, that will fuel the algae, but it also feeds the corals. If you haven't got an algae problem, then it's really beneficial. And that's pretty much what I dose bacteria when I do a water change. But they're the main ones that I do.
Yeah.
I just think it's really helped my tank.
And when you decided you were going to
go on.
Well, I said when you decided you were going to start dosing, how did you, for people that haven't dosed before, which is obviously the topic of tonight, how did you approach the sort of subjects? As cheesy as that sounds, what did you do?
Because it's quite, you have to dial it in, don't you?
Yeah.
So you obviously need to test. Like the thing is, when you're dosing, you have to start testing regular at the same time of day. So I was I think it was alkalinity was the main one. So who was it now? So I've been told 2 tips of advice. Christian said, whatever, because Christian Signature Frags is like one of my mentors, him and Paul. And he's like, make sure you promise me that you check your alkalinity, at least once a week.
Daily.
A few times a week. Yeah, daily. And he always asks me every time I go up, he's like, what's your alkalinity? Make sure you check your alkalinity. So that's
if you don't know your alkalinity, you're not coming in.
Basically, yeah. It's like this is the rule here. If you want success, you've got to make sure that you know your alkalinity and keep it steady. And then obviously Paul from AAC, he was like, check your salinity, keep checking your salinity.
Yeah,
he was a big advocate.
Salinity.
A big advocate of that. But anyway, going back to what I did, so I didn't have much coralline at the start, so there wasn't that much uptake. So I tested the alkalinity and the calcium, magnesium, and then I tested it 24 hours later, all 3 of them again, and just see how much it dropped And then if you will, on the bottles, it normally tells you like 1 mil will lift it by X amount.
X DKH or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
ppm,
it. Yeah. And then I dialed it in for a little bit, and then I'll test it at the end of the week and see where it was from the start to the end of the week. And then I test it from the start and the end of the month to make sure that it's kind of staying within the same window that I wanted it in. But it just like setting it up and getting it dialed in was a bit of a nightmare. Well, not nightmare, but it's just like a lot of testing, isn't it? And now I've been obviously put more corals in. I have to keep testing it again to make sure if I need to up the alkalinity or the calcium or the magnesium. So keeping it dialed in. One thing that I am terrible at is, like when you're supposed to calibrate your doser. I'm going to hold my hands up here, and it's like you calibrate how it drips out, mate. I don't do that because you get a little, like from science, you get like a little
vial,
like a vial, like a test tube, and then you're supposed to like let it dose 10 seconds or whatever. Then you read off the measure, and you put that amount in. That's what you do with the DD one that I've got, and then put that into your app. I'm like, well, it's all right. It's been working on it, so mine's probably a bit out of whack now. But who does that? Do people do that genuinely? Like,
yeah, you got to calibrate stuff. Yeah,
you do.
Sure. I'm not dosing anything at the minute, but I have done before, definitely.
Oh right,
I've done before.
So you're not dosing anything on your display tank now,
other than Calquasser at the minute and water changes now. What Scotty Boy put, I've had to start dosing a big range of metals, and since adding aminos, the polyp extension is going crazy.
Ooh. Oh. See, I told you it's good, mate. It's good stuff. That aminos. So metals, see, that's where you get really technical into it. You start dosing all the kind of minor elements and stuff. I'm not in that league of expertise and stuff at the moment, so I don't really know enough about that. But yeah, I think didn't we talk about like dosing water changes? See, like if I had a bigger tank like yours, I'm not telling you what to do, right, mate, because you've been in it a lot longer than me. But like one of the first things I'd probably do on yours is have like a constant water change going on all the time. Like, what do you think of that idea?
I've got the pump upstairs. I can't remember what it is. It's a Kamoa auto changing pump. I can't remember which one it is. But the issue for me is not the distance, because I think it's about 4 or 5 meters to the garage, to the fish house with the vat in it. But I'd have to literally put two lines, because obviously you've got in and out, haven't you? So you've got two row lines, what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Down the side of the TV, they have to be drilled through the wall.
Channel.
It's just a bit of a job. And
could you put your tank a bit nearer?
I could just move this tank, like, really.
I think. Can you not I suppose you'd need a big mixing container and all that, wouldn't you? And like underneath it won't.
I've got a 500 litre vat in the garage to do water changes in, which that's what I mix my salt in, and I use a hose pipe to pull it out of here into the drain, and then from there with a return pump into here. But I think as great as it's something. I've got the kit. To be fair, I got it for a steal. It was part of a breakdown years ago. This auto change pump, whatever it's called. But I think for me, it's like that. It's like routine. It's like when I do the water change and I gravel vac, clean the skimmer out. I put another cup of Calquasser in. Clean the skimmer out. I've changed the filter floss, and it's just part of that. And I think and again, I can't comment because I've not done it yet, but I have a feeling that if I was to go to just an automatic water change, I'd take my eye off the ball a little bit with things, because I kind of subconsciously think, well, I'm doing a water change, so I don't need to look at anything else. And then I think that's when when you take your eye off the ball, things start to drop. But again, that's each their own, as I always say. It's just, for me personally, I think that when you start, less interaction with your tank, you miss things.
It's a bit dangerous. Anyway. No, I agree. Just interesting, because obviously if you did that, you wouldn't need to dose necessarily, would you? You did water changes.
It's on casters, Rob. I'm just going to wheel it to.
Wheel it round, mate. You just put it in the
wheel
wrong
it round,
place.
mate.
Never mind. Put it on. If you'd have put it on the outside wall near the garage, you'd have been all right. You could just.
Well, it's like IKEA. It just folds up this tank. Just take it outside and put it back together again. Anyway.
Because would you need to dose if you did auto water changes all the time? Like if you take out, I don't know.
Yeah, of course you would.
Because the amount uptaken by the coral still.
It depends on what you've got, and so many caveats to it. What have you got?
Is, yeah.
You know, I've said this before. No corals, LPS or SPS, are going to tell you what they're going to consume one day, week, month to the next. It's not, and there's too many influencing parameters. You know, your parameters in water, your light, your flow, your pH, all those sort of things are going to be different from one reef to the next. So that's why I think ICPs are helpful, because they give you a bit of an indicator on what you're low on, and as long as you're sticking to the same salt and not mixing it up too much, you know what your salt is going to be, you know what's depleted or what's low from that salt you're buying. So you know that naturally, if I buy this salt, it means with my corals I have to dose this a week of this much or whatever, and that's part. As sad as it sounds, I think that's part of the excitement of it, and it's part of the journey, part of the adventure.
The science of it it's addictive, isn't it? This of it. I love the environmental science. Talking about the salt, whilst you remind me. So NIOS, you know the NIOS, like they're doing a lot of sponsorship, aren't they, at the moment and stuff. They approached me. When was it? Yes, last week. They approached me. They're like, "Do you want some free buckets of salt?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "Wait a minute. Why would I want to change?" And going back to what you said. Like I've been using Tropic Marin for 4 years. I was like, I'm not going to change my salt now. Like literally, my parameters, my whole ecosystem.
It's stable.
It's stable. It's used to all this. I was like, thanks for the kind offer, but like, no thanks, because why I wouldn't think of changing my salt. I'd only ever change my salt brand at the start of setting it up, like the journey of that tank.
That's what I use. Sorry to put in. That's what I use. I'm trying to comment on what Darren's saying, where to get a larger vat from that. That's really ironic, because I've never had this conversation with Rob before. But that's exactly what I used for my insulated vat that's in the garage. Yeah. 500 litre vat. I used to have it outside, actually, before I made room for it in the fish house, but I smashed everything up and downsized. But yeah, it's insulated, so you can have it outside or inside. It's about 2-3 inch insulated. It's really good.
Can I just ask, has that just got your RO in it, or is it mixing the water within that tank? You got pumps in there?
So at the minute, I'm putting. Would you like to have a look, Jay? Would you like to see it?
Oh yeah, take us a tour of the fish room. Let's go. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. This is what I've.
This might not work. My Wi-Fi might let me down, but we can have a look.
This is what we call show and tell at school. Show and tell. Tom's on show and tell. Right.
Oh dear. At least it's not scratch and sniff, which you normally do.
Rob, have you got auto water change on your large system? I don't know.
So, I turn my camera around.
Oh. Wow. So this is the fish room.
This is my vat.
Oh, so that's the vat there. That's the 500 litre vat there, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it empty?
No, the RO's coming out right now. I've got RO on.
I can't see anything.
Oh, should I? Oh, turn it off, because I'm turning it on when I go to bed.
Right.
No, I'm turning it on when I go to bed. No, I'm turning it on when I go to... No, I'll turn it on now. Watch. Yeah. So this is my RO machine.
All this equipment here. Wow.
So I'm just going to turn on. Excuse the lawnmower, everybody. So turn this valve on. That's on. And then turn the pump on. There we go. And then now we should be. You are?
Got some lights on. So it's taking that's your RO machine in the bottom. Your RO machine was at the other end, wasn't it? I thought so.
Yeah. So what I've done, Jay, is
you're not fancy putting it near where the water thing was. No, I just thought it'd go.
Right. So my water feed is here.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Camera's falling off. That's not good. So the water feed is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it comes behind the door. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Just knock the camera off the old laptop here.
Picture's still all right, mate.
Well, there's a blame, there's a claim. Hang on.
Things you do, eh? Things you do.
Things you do. Right. So it's behind the door.
Yeah.
Comes in behind there.
Yeah.
And then here we are.
Into our own machine.
Down here.
Yeah.
Into our own machine. And then hopefully this should have worked now. If I drop my laptop in here, I'm suing you. Just so you know.
Don't blame me for any equipment damage for this. Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, it'll take a while. It'll start. There'll be a bit of back pressure. Anyway, so that's what I'm filling.
Yeah.
Tonight for the water change tomorrow.
So that'll be full by the morning, roughly.
Well, no. I'm only going to do about 300 litres.
Yeah.
Well, 250, 300 litres. So
very good. What's in your other tank before you go out? Let's have a look. What's in your other tank? Anything in that tank or not? Is that the way the fish was?
Well, nothing. That's the QT tank.
Yeah.
That's the frag tank, and that's the sump to it. That's it.
Right. There's nothing in the frag tank then.
That's me ATO. You can ask me for an orange filter, and I ain't got one. So just a few bits in there at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few bits. Yeah.
Nice.
Skimmer. Yeah, a few bits. Yeah, nice. That's it at the minute. So yeah, but I've dropped my camera, so
looks really good, mate.
With that.
Yeah, really. I'd love some.
I've been painting today.
The outside, it looks nice. You're very well. You're not lucky, obviously, but you are kind of.
Do you want to say hello to everybody?
Yeah. Let's have a look at the fish.
There's Clive.
Oh, he's ace. It's so hard to keep there. You often hear, don't you, stories about the copper bands. Looks well up in there, doesn't it?
He is.
Yours
doing all right.
Yeah, the fish look well. You're gonna feed them as well.
They've already been fed.
I like the yellow tang. That yellow tang's really nice. Yeah, they're doing well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, really well.
Right. Anyway,
I'd love a little man cave like that. That's ace, your man cave.
Right, where are we? Drop my bloody camera then. Right, here we are. Hello. Right, back. Here we are.
Thanks for that.
Right.
That was ace.
Welcome.
Enjoyed that. It's easier to see it, isn't it? It's easier to see it than kind of describe it.
Oh dear.
Ready for your big water
Let's see your lawn. It's artificial, Gareth. Sorry, mate. It's plastic.
Well, that's ideal for the barbecue when you have that.
Well, it's the dog, to be fair, because she killed the last one that we had. That was real. Anyway.
Is the barbecue out now? Is it? Can we go and have a look at the barbecue? Are you having your barbecue or not? I'm only joking, mate.
Do you want to have a look? I'll show you. I don't mind. We're all mates.
So if you want to go to the barbecue, it's out here. Have a look.
The camera's going to fall off in a minute. Honestly.
Right,
so we've got to paint this. I've got to paint. No, I need to paint this first. Yeah.
Avery.
So the decking's been repainted.
It's like home's under the hammer now.
Yeah, and we're making an outdoor barbecue. So the idea is we're making an outdoor barbecue.
Oh wow! Look at that. Yeah.
These scaffolding poles. We're going to make
fence up for your neighbours.
No, we're going to make you tit. We're going to. No, we've got. I bet my Wi-Fi is going to fall down here in a minute. We'll go down again.
Don't go too far, otherwise you'll
down again.
We've lost you, Tom. We've lost you at the barbecue.
The paving's got to be relayed at the minute.
Yeah,
you lost me.
Yeah, no, we've got you kind of.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot going on at the minute, mate. A lot going on for the barbecue.
What's with all that?
A lot going on.
You've got your ladders over at fence there for neighbours. That's so you can hop over at night.
Oh dear. Right, come on, talk about dosing.
That's a good barbecue. Dosing. So yeah, that's it. I think that's about it, really. That's as much as I know about dosing. I was hoping you were going to add something.
Dosing. I think sometimes you
go
on. Go on. You're right.
No, I was gonna say I heard that that Red Sea dose is pretty good. You know, the newish one. That's apparently a good little dose to use, isn't it?
Well, isn't that the one that you put in? Oh, you tell it something and it works it all out for you. I think.
Yeah, it's got the app, hasn't it? With that new what is it, Reef Complete thing? That Reef Complete set, you can get that now, can't you? Where all the dosing containers all run out at the same time, which I suppose that's quite good, isn't it? So it kind of tells you what to. It takes what you're on about.
The lawnmower, because the front lawn's actually grass. I mean, I ain't showing you that because I'm not giving you a tour of my house. So that's enough. He's noticed I've got a lawnmower grumpy. Yeah,
he's got the best kept Astro in the country. You have. Cuts it every time. It comes out.
While you're there, while I'm there, get the car out and give it a rev. Yeah, no, not happening. Right, dosing. Go on, sorry.
That is something. You've got so many toys. You have. You're like a big kid. Car, fish room. Proper manly barbecue.
Well,
you do. I'm just jealous, mate. To be fair, you've got a lot.
You can come to the barbecue, mate. You can come to the barbecue. I'll have some stickle bricks and a ball pool for you. Don't you worry.
It's the day when I can't go. It's the 20th, isn't it? I'm not here.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not.
How am I dosing my calc? I'm dosing my calc, mate, at the minute on the reverse cycle. So. It's just something I've done that works for me in the garage. When I had all the corals in the garage, I just ran it. So I did it because I run the calc reactor during the day, which will naturally pull your pH down because the effluent going in will have a lower pH. But because it was in a fish room, the airflow was great and blah blah blah. So it didn't put it down that much. I just found that during the night it was obviously it dropped, so I just run it on an alternative cycle. So yeah, I just run it. So the calquasser at the minute on the display tank behind me comes on at 10 o'clock at night, and it comes off at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I keep the thing is when you're dosing calquasser, and if you didn't watch it last week, because I owned up to a big faux pas with my. Go on, my RO going into the calquasser. But anyway, ignore that. We all make mistakes. When you're doing calquasser, you've got to make sure your salinity is your salinity is where it should be, because you're taking RO water and you're putting RO water technically back into your tank with calquasser bound to it. So if you put too much in, you'll lower your salinity. If that makes any sense. So while you're dosing calquasser, you need to test your salinity to make sure that you're not putting too much in, because your calquasser is really technically just RO water with calquasser bound to it. Does that make sense, Jay?
Good.
You understand that?
Yeah, I mean, this is pointless telling me about it on nanos, but I think like for a bigger tank, if I get a bigger tank,
definitely.
It's everybody runs calc on large tanks, don't they? As far as I can see, they do. It's very popular.
Yeah, I've had great results with it. Very affordable. Very, very affordable. Yeah. Very, very affordable. So,
good option.
Back to dosing. I think the first doser that I had, talk about dosing for a second, was a Jebao. I think it was a Jebao. And it was one that you had to manually program. So, I mean, nowadays, you're fortunate enough. Well, I think when I look at technology, how it's advanced over the years, the first dosing pump I had, you had to literally program it, as in, on the actual machine and say up, down, left, right, arrows, whatever, up 2 mil, 3 mil for whatever, which was a bit of a nightmare from a user
Showing your age.
from interface. Then I went to a Pacific. What are you laughing at?
Laughing at John's comment about vodka dosing.
I'm currently dosing vodka when the doctor said not good for me. Dosing.
Getting a regular shot.
Then I went to a Pacific Sun, which meant I had to connect it to a laptop to control the dosing with a laptop, which was a ball ache. And fortunately, these days everything's done through an app. So I think I think it's a lot easier now than it was when I first started my first dosing pump. But I think with anything that you dose, it does mean that you do have to start testing. But I would also say that you're also dosing a lot of things that you can't test manually. So you have to be a little bit, sort of sail on the side of caution, because for all you know, you might be pumping way too much of something in, and unless you're going to do an ICP, you're not going to know. I mean, you could dilute it by doing a water change, so you're probably going to dilute the pollution, and all that. But I think, but then if you're doing that and you're putting a load of stuff in and then you're diluting it, doing a water change, you're wasting a load of money. So I think less is more with the dosing until you know your tank's personality, as I call it, in terms of what it needs and what it doesn't need, which takes time and patience. Definitely patience.
It does. Have you ever had a Kamoa? Because they're very popular, aren't
they?
Kamoa doses.
Yeah, I have had a Kamoa. Yeah, one of the first was a Kamoa. Well, I've got the Kamoa. Go on. The Kamoa F, whatever it is. So you've got stepper pumps and peristaltic pumps, haven't you? I'm sure there's another type of pump. So if you're running so most dosing pumps will be let me get my words right here, will be a stepper pumps that will come on and they will push an amount of liquid through the pipe over an amount of time. Yeah. Whereas if you've got like a peristaltic pump or like a continuous pump, which you would run on like a Calquas Asteria or a calcium reactor, that is something that will come on and that will pump continuously.
Right. Okay. Just dripping it in all the time.
Yeah, it will constantly. And like you can adjust the speed. Calc. Yeah, like calc and and like effluent out of a calcium reactor. Yeah. But I mean, I think the only issues I've ever had with your normal dosing pumps is the heads have stuck on, the dosing lines have got air stuck in them, or they've been nipped, or they've got holes in them, so they've leaked.
Yeah.
I think dosing pumps for me is like, as far as I want to go with technology, doing something for my tank without me controlling it, without me giving full control to technology of my tank, if that makes sense whatsoever. I think a dosing pump is as far as I'll go.
Yeah. So we know that technology is not always reliable. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think once, I did leave my magnesium on. I was like there was an airlock in the pipe. I always had this problem with my magnesium. And even though I bought, like the non-return valves that you can buy for the lines.
Yeah.
So my line, I used to prime it and then it used to just come back down again. It used to sink back down into the dosing container. Yeah. So on a live stream, I was so frustrated about it, keep droning back into the container. They were like, buy these return valves or whatever. Have you seen these? You put them in the line.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
So I bought those, and to be fair, it's worked since then. But once I was calibrating it, so it was just pushing through, and I forgot to turn it off, and it just chucked in. I don't know, must have been about. There wasn't much left in the container, but there must have been about 40 mil or something, 50 mil of magnesium. So God knows, the levels just went really high. But magnesium it's not such a bad thing to be dosing, really.
Sometimes the lines can get really crusty. All jokes aside, they get really crusty. And you get stuff that's built up, that solidifies on the end. And if people have them, in the water, then sometimes you can have issues as well if you've not got it above the water. So
yeah, my Alquan does that. I think it's because it's too close to the calcium one. I think.
Yeah.
They should. I don't know why they the rack. They should spread them out a bit more so they're not near it. Mine.
Spread your dosing time out.
Well, yeah, they are a different
gap between one and the other.
Yeah, that's a good point. In fact, I don't know what times they are. It sets the time itself. I just accept it whatever time it says.
So you dose Red Sea?
Yeah, foundations. Yeah. Not the new one.
What does everybody else?
Does anybody dose the new one? I'd be interested to know if anybody doses.
Well, I was just about to ask everybody what everybody else doses on a doser, seeing as though that's the topic. And don't say alcohol, vodka, HP sauce, whatever.
Yeah, where's mine actually? Babes? Oh, there's no answer. Looks like I'm
But
not.
are you asking if you can have a beer?
Are you asking? Trying to get a beer, yeah.
Hang on, I'll ring a for you.
Hey, what? Mate, you haven't got a number. Get me worried there. Who was that? That was Ross that bloody chatted her up on one of his videos, cheeky sod.
Oh dear.
So what was I going to say something else then? Oh, about Ecotech Versus. They're a popular one as well, aren't they?
Never owned one, but a lot of people do rave about them. I've never owned one, but yeah, a lot of people rave about them. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's the DD one, the Kamoa one, I think, as well. Isn't the DD a Kamoa one, but just DD branded, I think, maybe?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. There's so many.
I'm dosing the new one.
So
yeah, mate. It's good when I set up the new tank. How are you getting on with the decorating, Grumpy? Is it all done yet? Has he finished it? I know he's decorating.
Well, he said he's done everything, I think.
Yeah. Mate, get the dosing on. It does make a big difference, I think, because it just keeps it steady.
I can share this. Where are we now? No, I looked at. No, I didn't. I've not saved it. I didn't save it. I did a slide the other day on how many different. There's so many different dosing pumps for people. You know, if somebody was going to go and buy one, it's like there's so many different. It's like, where do you start? You know, do you go for a 3-head? Do you go for a 4-head? I think, yeah.
Whack up something like Crack and Corals and have a look at the doses that are available on there, and see what's available at the moment. Because you can get like single heads, can't you, as well, and stuff like that. And I was like, well,
yeah,
I definitely need 3 because I needed calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium. And then obviously you have a spare one, and I was like, oh, well, having a spare one's pretty good, isn't it? You can put something on it that you want later. And I decided to put aminos on it because you don't need to keep them in the fridge.
Yeah.
So what was the other thing that I was going to put something else on, but you need to keep it in a fridge? And I was like, well, I can't do that and then attach it to a doser unless you got like a portable fridge next to your tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the dosers, they're popular, aren't they?
Yeah, feature. I mean,
that's not just dosing, that's everything.
Well, I mean, you've got. They're a few quid out there. They're not cheap, are they? Let's be honest. They're not cheap for what they are.
Mine was 250 quid, and that's quite cheap for one, really.
And then you've got to buy the dosing. Then you've got to buy the lines. That one.
Yeah, it looks. To be fair, if I was going for one now, I'd probably get that one because I like Red Sea products anyway. But I liked it on Reef Doc's video. Like the lines, how they clip in. That's mine there, mate. That blue one.
That one.
Yeah, but then if you look next to it, that's a DD one, but that's mine. That's like a P4 one. I don't think it's that accurate, really. It's not as accurate as the. Because there's that one, then there's the Pro, which is next to it on the shopping. So that's mine. Then you've got the Pro next to it there, and I'm sure if someone corrects, I'm sure they're Kamoa heads. I'm sure.
Yeah, they look like it. I think you're right. I think
it's Kamoa, but just branded as DD. I think, but yeah, that's the. I didn't because I'm a Yorkshireman. I thought I'll save 50 quid and just get the cheaper one.
Yeah.
Don't know, but.
That's the water change pump I've got, but not the X2S, the one before the X1. I don't know what the difference is between the two, other than a number. But yeah,
that's the new bracket there as well. You see that? Just go back one, mate. Sorry, you know the Red Sea bracket. The Red Sea bracket. Because is it that? Yeah, that one there at the bottom, that £17 one. It's more spaced out, and you see the screw. It's on the front side rather than the back, so that you can fit it easier. You know, with it being on the back, sometimes you can't get the screws in and stuff like that. Or
Yeah.
So the Red Sea one screws from the front, which is pretty good. That works well. I like the coloured lines. I've got the coloured lines, just so you know which one's which as well. Which.
That's what I use at the minute for my calc stirrer. That is the Kamoa stepper.
Yeah. Just for a single head, is it 250 quid? Jesus. A lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're on a similar level to lights, these are, aren't they, these doses? Like price.
Yeah. Anyway, back in the room.
Too much choice. Too much choice.
So what
are people recommending then? What do they have? What do they use? We've got anything in the chat. DD. So he's got the £50 more expensive one than I've got. Yeah. That's supposed to be really good. That one is. What do you think of it, mate? It's good. DD Pro. Did you have a problem connecting it up to the Wi-Fi at first? Mine was a right night. You know, like to get it on the Wi-Fi, I had to bloody go on my BT like settings or whatever it was and change it to 2.4 hertz, the internet. Have you ever had to do anything like that on yours? Like change the bandwidth of your internet to get something to connect?
Well, Drippy got a PH probe the other day that I took him to go and get, and he was trying to connect it to his Wi-Fi, and I think he nearly snapped it about 4 times in frustration.
Oh,
so if anybody sees him down there, Darren, you included, ask him how he's going with his PH probe. But no, seriously, I'll tell you what I did, and it absolutely bent his head. What I did, I logged into his router from up here, his wireless router.
What you got on his router?
He gave me the password and everything, and I created him a guest network because it's a common issue with Virgin internet, Virgin.
Yeah,
and we had it here. I think it's something to do with the limit or the hub or whatever it is. It limits how many wireless devices can connect to it at one time. Yeah. So, you know, like every time you connect something, even if it's, I know somebody's going to probably correct me for being wrong here in the comments, but the understanding I've got is that every time you connect something to your hub, even if you've thrown it away, sold it, don't use it, whatever, it's created like a fingerprint almost in terms of Wi-Fi. So it eats up basically the amount over a period of time. You run out of how many more devices you can add to it, and it starts giving you a bit of an headache. So if you create a guest network, so he's just got Drippy's Reef, it hasn't got any devices associated to it, so you can connect to it straight away. So if anybody's ever having an issue connecting a device, the chances are you need to create a network. I'm not an IT guru, but what do you mean?
So trust
me. I made him delete his browser history. That's for sure. Joking.
There's no way I'd let you control my Wi-Fi network. Not a chance. People have definitely had this issue though, where you have to piss about changing your bandwidth to get you spend my dose was 250 quid. And to be fair, now it's amazing. Once it's connected, it's been brilliant. But just to get it connected, I was like, what on earth? Messing with your bandwidth settings. And why don't they just connect to the 5? Is it the 5 hertz? Sure, it's 2.4 and then 5 hertz. You can switch.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Some don't connect to 5G, do they either?
Yeah, that's it. And it's like, come on, takes the pee. It's annoying.
Gaz has done his flooring,
setting up the tank. Am I right, mate? You're going back to the Nano? Is he going back to the Nano? I think he's going to torch Nano into. That's it. Yeah, that's going to look incredible. That is. Torch Nano, mate. Look at the starfish. I told you. Look, it's on his. He's almost on a lap of the tank. You see him up there now. He's at the back. Mate, he's done a full lap whilst I've been on this live stream. Proper active. Yeah, mate, they are crap. Once it's on though, Techers, it's like it's tuned in and it's really stable. I've never had an issue with it since. But to get it to connect, oh my god, I was a bit like Drippy. I felt like throwing it out the window. The Pro is the yeah, I thought it was, because it's a bit more like the accuracy of the dosings. Well, more accurate basically. The standard's a bit more vague. I have the Pro 4 heads, absolutely. 2, is that 2 of the 4 heads? So you got 8 heads. It's a lot of heads, mate. It's a lot of heads. What's he got going on, all them heads? Mate, what you got on your 8 heads, if I've read that right? What's going on there? It's a lot.
3 Red Sea Toasters.
What? 3 4s? 12.
It's a dose off.
These guys like.
To be fair, I've got a ridiculous amount of these refactored ones, but they're probably absolute garbage. But anyway,
but are they all on?
I'm not using them yet. I'm not dosing anything. I'm not dosing anything at the minute other than Calclass, like I said. I've no need to. That's what
Are they all running? Or are they like redundancies or something?
None of mine are switched on at the minute because of how often I do a water change. At the minute, I'm waiting to see what I'm waiting to see, and this is going to get on for a year old. This tank soon is that
is it you?
From it will be September. It's not a million miles away.
Man, that's not months. It's gone so quick.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
our friendship's about the same age.
Pardon?
Our friendship's about the same age, isn't it? Really, I knew when you got that tank, pretty much. Just after you got the tank.
So we were pen pals. We were pen pals for 6 months before.
First time I met you was when you were on Steve's video, and I saw you on there. He did your tank tour.
He did. He did.
Yeah. He did. I'll get back to you, John, as well. Thanks for your message, mate. John's messaged me and just asking about something, so I'll get back to you in a bit.
So what does everybody dose on doses? I think that's kind of like what I'm really curious about. Does anybody dose anything out of the ordinary or anything other than your normal, like your part A, B, C, whatever? So I know a lot of people dose food on it, don't they? And like you talked about aminos. I know Acro Power used to be able to dose from the bottle. Some of them.
Paul doses no-pox on his. He used to do, which is like carbon dose, isn't it? That. So he used to dose that, and he said that worked well. What do other people put on theirs? Why would you need? I don't get how you need 12. What the hell? What can you put on? I can't even think of 12 things to put on it.
You can dose things on a regular basis. You dose like you talk about manganese all the time, don't you? With your gummies, stuff like that. It participates out of the water, so you could do that. You could do iron. You could do iodine. You could do. There's lots. It depends on your uptake. And that's what I'm saying. You're not going to know your uptake until you start sending ICPs off and getting a better understanding of what you're using and how often you're using it. But I think sometimes you're probably better off just doing it manually.
Does anybody dose bacteria on it? I don't. The Dr. Tim's,
good idea.
I dose that every time I do a water change. I put a cap of Dr. Tim's in. But I don't know if people do put that on a doser. I don't know because it doesn't need to be in the fridge. So I don't know.
Sodium hydroxide, liquid filtrase, and I think he means and A and K from Tropic Marine Mag and Phyto. Yeah.
Phytoplankton. Doesn't Phyto have to be in the fridge though? My Phyto's in the fridge. Don't
know. Most do, but the one I talked to you about ages ago, the one that go on, I can't remember the company's called.
I use the
Easy Reef. They don't. You can put that on the doser.
I didn't realise that. That is a good thing to have on a doser. Is Phyto. That is a good.
It's this one. I showed you this one before. I'll show it you again because for your memory.
I'm thick.
Or lack of.
Yeah, the one I have is the Colombo one, and that needs to be in the fridge, so you can't put that in a dose. It doesn't work. But dosing Phyto is a good idea.
Phytoplankton gel.
I have never seen this.
You have seen this?
No, because it looks like one of them cocktail. You know what? You get your missus like a frozen cocktail thing. It was like one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Frozen cocktails. I have not seen that, mate. I'd know if I'd seen it. You've probably shown it to someone else, not me.
You put a dosing pump.
Yeah. Mate, that's good.
There you go.
Well, you manually dose that, yeah?
I don't at the minute, no, but at some point I will. I play around with a few things because there's no point in just like literally throwing everything in and hoping for the best because within 24 hours your nutrients will just go through the roof. So levels go through the roof. So depends on how everything is settled, and like I keep saying, you get to know your own tank and what it needs and what it doesn't need. And half the time, a lot of the stuff that you'll pour in, it doesn't need, and it just gets skimmed out anyway. So you're just throwing money away. There's just no point.
Well, that's true, yeah. And dosing can be.
Oh, you go.
As we know with Steve.
So Rob's dosing it from a fridge. So he's got a little. I bet he's got a little, little portable drilled holes in it. Yeah,
I'm not surprised. He's got the right setup on him.
Yeah,
he's got a little fridge next to it. puts his fight on and then a beer in there probably when he's sat there watching his tank. I've seen people dose from fridges before. Who was that? There was an Australian guy who had a fridge next to his, and he was taking things that obviously had to be refrigerated. It dosed from there straight into his tank. Which is pretty cool.
The most impressive fridge I saw was the guy put the keg of beer in it and then drilled an hole in it, put a tap in it, and got it through the fridge. And it was cold beer. Anyway, nothing fish. Seriously, it was during lockdown.
Story then. I was like,
during lockdown, he got a fridge. He put a keg of. I'm sure he'd got like put a keg of beer in it, and he drilled an hole in it, and it got cold beer.
Nice one.
It was like really cheap. Anyway, sorry. Moving on.
No.
What's Johnny White put in? I find it funny how we are obsessed with keeping our tanks with elements and don't think about what our own bodies need.
Well, that's quite true. I dose mine quite regular.
That looked like a catheter.
I'd like to dose it with some John Smiths, but can't get my wife. What's that to say? It looked like a catheter. Yeah, it does. From the it does.
I dose. Even in Orange Reef, sorry, I didn't welcome you. Didn't know you joined us. I dose by reversing. Dipped all day with a separate mag, then a dose corners up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take it. You mean the colour program? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, mix of trace and aminos, fire reef dose. Automation is key. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I've not heard of that dosing there though. Have you heard of that? Coral and Zoop.
Yeah, KZ. I've got it in the cupboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Colour program. Yeah, that's what I've used in the garage before. It's really good. Really good.
Yeah, he's got a really good setup there on his dosing.
Definitely. So, what else are we going to talk about, Jason? We're running out of comments about dosing.
What is it? Is that it for dosing? There's loads more, mate. There's loads.
Am I blind? What else we got?
I don't know. Someone said there about lanthium back toe balance.
Oh, lanthium back to sorry, Darren.
Sorry, Darren.
Yeah, how could we forget you, Darren?
How could we forget you, mate?
Tiny amount of ammonia. Okay.
Ammonia? Isn't that what the fish do, basically? The fish do that. You got no fish.
They're saying that the research basically says that especially sticks, they'll absorb from memory ammonium more than they will nitrate. So they can process it quicker. So it's more beneficial. Choose my words carefully because it's not something I've researched. I want to research it. I'm a bit of ignoramus. I try and stick to what I've done before. I don't want to experiment too much. Gas sport. I dose 2.5 reef elements pH. I also do vanadium, manganese, and iodine. Oh, right, okay. Ah,
that's a good. Vanadium. Why do you dose vanadium, Gaz? And also, how good's the pH plus? He obviously rates that product. pH plus. Vanadium. I dose manganese and iodine. What's vanadium? What's vanadium do, Tom? Do you know? Is it for like colour? Is it for like health or LPS or what's it?
Vanadium. Say what I want to do. I'm not gonna comment. I'm gonna share this. Knowledge base. Right. Where are we? Where are we?
Where's that beer dose? Where's that beer gone?
Have you not got one?
No. I can't get hold of my missus, can I? I can't. Do you want me just to leave the bloody stream if we get a beer? Have you got one?
Let's have a look. Always.
I know you have, yeah. Vanadium. Where's this? Trace element. Found in seas in the sediment.
After molybdenum, yeah.
Exists as natural state. Biological. For sponge.
Important for the formation of colour pigments, growth of numerous physiological processes in coral tissue. And
sponge development, that's a good one to have.
Too low can lead to weak formation of colours, low colour contrast, and weak fluorescent effects.
Which one did he say he used reef elements for that? Vanadium? Don't know.
Can't remember which one he says, to be honest with you.
Interesting. He's back. 2 parties ace. Yeah. And vanadium. Gone is. Mate, that's interesting. What are you on about now? Any thoughts? Why do you not like reef elements? No.
No.
Why?
I'm not talking about it tonight. I'm not talking about it tonight. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it.
You can't do that. I'm not mentioning it now.
I'm saying it's absolute. That's all I'm saying.
What?
Personally,
I use the aminos.
Fine.
What else do I use? I use their manganese as well.
Speak to your boy Christian. He'll tell you everything you need to know.
I've not talked to him about reef elements really. But anyway, vanadium. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I might have a little go with that. If it's good for
12 ml of 5% acidic vinegar to a litre of calc raises out by fat. Wow, didn't know that. Honestly, he's a proper chemist. If any
40%.
I know.
Wow, you wouldn't want that happening though, would you? It's a big swing, that is.
It's full of recipe. Yeah, can't you give me one on like flapjack or like, chocolate brownies?
Is he doctor of chemistry? He seems like a chemist to me. Yeah, he seems lotions and potions and stuff. Definitely seems.
Yeah,
like
he's if there was definitely a marine version of Harry Potter, he would definitely be Dumbledore.
With all these little lotions.
I'll say it for Tom Slinity Reed. Yeah. Anyway, Dave's had a recent frustration. I was talking to him the other day about it. Bless him. Hope he gets sorted, mate. No, with the the brand that shall not be named is all I will say. Anyway,
what's going on? I've like missed something here. I've missed.
Mate.
We're talking in code as well. I'm like, I don't get what you're on about. So reef elements, what have they done wrong?
I'm not saying there's done anything wrong. I'm just saying it's not accurate.
Oh, the tests aren't accurate, you're saying?
And I think the products are very watered down and overpriced.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, I don't know.
I think a lot of hobbyists have got to think about, as I said on last Friday's stream, and I'll say it to anybody face to face, are these people more bothered about your tank or more bothered about the till or the bank balance? That's all I'll say.
Well,
it's the amount of stuff I've read, and it says put this in. Oh, you've put that in. Oh, you need to buy this because you need to take that out that you've just put in. Oh, you've put that in and took that out. Oh, you're missing this. You need to put that in. It's just.
You're on about the ICP. So when it comes back,
I'm on about in general. I'm on about in general. Most brands, not just them, but they are. I mean, I said that months ago. The Nitro Plus.
Yeah.
Is 10 times weaker than the NIOS nitrate up, and it's the same price. In fact, the NIOS nitrate up is cheaper than the Reef Elements one. Yeah, so you can buy the Reef Elements one, and it's 10 times weaker.
Yeah,
that's the one you want. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the same price as the Reef Elements Nitro Plus. And it's 10 times stronger. So explain that one to me. Where's the logic in that?
$16.99 for that. Mate, this is going to last
anyway.
For like 10 years.
Yeah.
I only use it in emergencies. I don't actually dose nitrates, but sometimes when I do like a big water change and clean everything down, I have to put a bit of nitrates back in.
That's not accurate, Tom. I'm not really. This is, I knew this could happen.
Yes, he knows something and we don't know, and he's not telling us. He's doing me head in. Knows something that we don't know.
There's too many people that I've talked to that have said, ICP, right, if something's too, what's it saying? If something seems too good to be true, it normally is, or whatever they say, something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get sending ICP off and within 24 hours you get a result back. I just think that's far too good to be true. And I question its accuracy. And everybody I've spoken to has got lack of detection on everything that I've got lack of detection of, no matter whether they run carbon or they don't run carbon, and they go out and buy all these bottles and spend 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds, and they pour it all in, send another ICP off, and guess what? Lack of detection. And I just think like, anyway.
I think that's speed thing. Sorry, mate.
That's all I'll say before I get a legal letter through post.
No, it's only your opinion, mate. You're like, this is what it's about, isn't it?
My opinion is that, you know, all jokes aside, the Germans are the best at a lot of things building cars, and when it comes to reefing, they're quite good at the certain, you know, the products that they do and they manufacture. And I just don't think that. Without a doubt. I don't think an ICP in 24 hours and something that's significantly diluted is as effective. That's all I'm going to say. Wrapping this conversation up.
I do think, like, you do have to question how they do it so quickly and maintain its accuracy. I'd be interested to see him respond to that question. Absolutely. Herrero is amazing. Is he like he's pulling?
Yeah, he's on the train. To be fair, yeah, there's a few. Yeah.
But I think
you know, I'm only give this as just my opinion. It's nothing, but there's a little bit of fact. I sent 3 ICPs off. I did a Reef Elements, I did a Fauna, I did a Triton, same water. So there was no interference in terms of water changes or anything like that. And I got 3 different results, but 2 of them were closer linked than the other, and the 2 that were closer linked were Fauna and Triton by a long way.
I think we should do a giveaway, Tom.
Go on.
What do you reckon? Yeah, on your
a date with Jay. Okay.
What do you reckon? I've got one here. I've got an ICP test here, Reef Elements one, brand new, and you're saying not to use it, so I should give it away.
I'm not saying not to use it. I didn't say don't you do it. I just said from my personal experience, of the last, especially of the last 6 months, I have very quickly moved away from that brand for a number of reasons. And there are other people who I've spoken to on Instagram, in shops, online, over the phone that have experienced exactly what I've experienced. I just find it too coincidental that they're all saying, go out and buy this, that, and the other. And half the things they're telling you to go out and buy, you don't actually need to buy anyway. But again, we're talking about dosing tonight, and it's kind of linked, I suppose. But
yeah, it's definitely linked. Yeah, there is an economic model there, isn't there? If they tell you that there's something missing, then obviously you buy another product. So I see that.
I talked about this the other week and the week before, and you know the Oceamo report that they brought out, and to be fair, this was filed in 2022, so it's not exactly like last week. It shows you, you know, and I'll find a way of putting it on the link of here, because if anybody is interested, I strongly recommend you flick through it. There's plenty of pictures, graphs, whatever. The information speaks for itself. And they do an MS ICP, so it's not an OES ICP, it's an MS ICP, so it's far more accurate than everybody else's ICP that you send off from your LFS. And it goes on to show that, like, your GFO and your carbon, they take out way more than you think they're taking out in terms of your minor trace elements. And so the point I'm making is that they sell you something and say, oh, buy this will make your water clearer, or it'll help with this and pollutants. But then it's also taking out good stuff. So then you have to go to the shelf and buy the good stuff to put the good stuff back in. And it's like, it's just a constant, you know, vicious circle. And what I've realized in all the years I've been doing it, or what I've realized over the last sort of 3 months, is the less man-made products you can use, GFO, carbon, whatever else, media, you know, bio-balls, get rid of it. The more natural you can be, water changes, live rock, you know, phyto, you know, good quality food, happy days. And I'm not. Please tonight, I'm trying to profess to be an expert. I'm just giving you my personal experiences that keep it natural, and you've got far less issues along the way.
I think everyone would agree with that statement, mate. Keep it as natural as possible, without putting too many, like you say, man-made products in. I agree with that. So, what should we do? Should we do the giveaway or not? Does anybody want this on the chat?
You can do the giveaway.
Honestly, I don't.
You're
like,
are you asking me to do some like Wheel of Fortune here? Because I've never done this. So
yeah, mate, you can do that. So genuinely,
how do you do
the reason why I haven't used it is just because I use Triton. So I use Triton ones, and I've got like, you know, when Triton keeps like your little record, it keeps a log. So I use this. I've chose Triton. I use Triton. They don't come back quickly. They come back within about 4 days to a week, something like that. But my history is with them, so I just think like, why go to Reef Elements and put a log there when all my other history is on Triton? So that's the only reason why.
Well, I think the other thing for me was that Reef Elements don't currently do assault, and I know Triton don't. But the one thing that pushed me back to fauna, and it's something that I dabbled with years and years and years ago, was that they do assault. And I just think that if you're the source of your tank is your water. And to be fair to Moggs, he always talks about you keeping water, you know, that's what your focus is. And that is right, you know, bless him. I hope we hear from him soon. But at the same token, if you're going to then use an ICP from a different brand that's going to then tell you to use different, you know, ingredients, i.e. off the shelf, you know, bottles, it just doesn't make sense to have that, I suppose, that interference from one brand to another, because you don't know that. I'm making sense here. So you don't know that the concentration and how it's mixed is going to be the same. And as I said earlier about the Nitro Plus and the Niles different, you know, strengths and whatnot. I just think, for me, if you could honestly, if you look at this cupboard side of it, it's like, it's ridiculous. Look at this cupboard here. The amount of crap that I've accumulated over the years, you know, all these bottles and potions, and it's just like, you know, before you know it, it's just like it just gets confusing. And I just thought recently, I'm like, do a water change every week. The best tank I ever had, I did a water change every week. I ran it on a calc reactor, and I hardly touched it. I did ICP every other month, maybe 3 months. I tested my nutrients. That was it. Alkaline. That was it. And I just think, before you know it. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
I think so. So are we doing a giveaway then? Yeah,
I will do a giveaway. Talk me through it.
Yeah. What to do the giveaway?
Yeah.
So the key word is Tom loves Reef Elements in the chat. And then we'll put the names. Tom is sponsored by Reef Elements. Not.
To be fair to Scott, let me just in their defence, I will say, Scott, but unfortunately, the RZ setup is designed to make the user purchase the extra elements, but to defend as every tank has different consumption levels, so they cover the bases. The hobbyist is responsible. I agree. But what I will say is they did come out and say when they first launched their product, Scott, I'm sure you can remember this. All you will ever need in your life is this bottle and this bottle, and that was it. And 3 months later, they had 20 different bottles on the shelf, just like Triton. And that's where the business acumen comes in, because that's how they make money. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's about the till, not your tank. Anyway,
scathing. I'm sure they obviously they do care about our tanks, but it's the economic model that drives it. Like they've got to sell their doting products alongside it, haven't they?
Well, Tim, he's Tim Yorkshire Wakefield reefer. He makes his own stuff.
Yeah,
and he grows acros like weeds. He grows some cracking stuff. You know,
if you're in the know.
Yeah. Hey, mate, I'm not. I'm just going on personal experience.
Yeah, that's it. You can meet with Jose. He's a nice guy as well. Really nice guy.
I'm not saying he isn't a nice guy. I'm not saying he is a nice guy.
What I like about you, Tom, is you've got an opinion, and it's good to have an opinion. No, it's genuine. It's good to have an opinion.
Well,
Because that's how things get better, isn't it? That's how things change. That's how we find out more. So yeah, good to have opinions.
I think you've got to push the. I think you've got to push the boundaries. To be fair, because to be fair to Critical Reef, he's made the decision to go and look at making his own, not just from a cost point of view, but he wants to understand how it does it. And I think, and this is something that even Rob's talked to me about, and I know Tim has, is that a lot of the products that we buy today, smiley face. A lot of the products we buy today are products that we could, with a little, if we put an ounce of effort like we do into our tanks, into what we put into our tanks. Again, if this makes any sense, we would benefit financially and from a knowledge point of view.
I know what you're saying, but
each to their own.
Some of us go to work and got families and we've got a million and one things to do. Like, it's just easy just to buy the products, isn't it? It's easy to buy the products and
exactly. Convenience. Convenience. Just like a Mackie D's would drive through, mate.
And you've got to pay for that. Yeah, you got to pay for that.
Right, are we doing this poll then? Sorry.
Yeah. Do you want to do it? Yeah. So just what should we put in?
So Tom loves resettlement.
Tom loves resettlement.
Tom loves RZ.
Tom's going to stand at the RZ at Aqua. Why don't you stand at the RZ at Aqua and just?
I'll have an I Love RZ t-shirt. I really don't mind.
I love RZ. Yeah. So if you want a free ICP resettlements, nothing wrong with it. Completely closed up.
Yeah.
I just don't use it because I've got Triton. Tom loves RZ, and I'll post it to you in the next few days if you want one. So,
and what time are we drawing it?
Just drawing in 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Okay. Do I have to put people's names into a wheel or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at the minute there's only one person. At the minute there's only one person that wants it, so it's quite easy.
Long after you've cast a storm cloud over the company. That's a false statement there, Jay. Which one?
I know there's people that are running tanks on that, and they've got great results. And if it works for them, happy days.
You get certain brand loyalty, don't you? And obviously you haven't got loyalty to that brand. But I'm Red Sea. Like, I just love Red Sea products. I love their dosing stuff. I'm like a proper Red Sea fanboy. I am, and I'll trust them to do anything with my tank. It's just one that I really like, and just you get your brands. What's your loyal brand in reefing? What do you think? I always trust them to put something, to either make a decent piece of equipment or to provide, produce a decent product.
Me,
you're talking about Germans, weren't you? So is that Tunes or they're German?
Tunze. Well, you got Royal Exclusive, you got Tunze, you've got I'm sure ATI German guys.
What's your favourite reefing brand that you just like? Every product you've had from them, you thought, you know what, that's a good product. That is.
Good question, mate. Good question. Look, what would I say in my cupboard?
The mood is in tonight. Probably none of them.
It's not about the mood at all.
I'm only winding you up, mate.
I just think that I'm not going to answer your question. I sound like a politician here, don't I? Labour are backing, Labour are backing, aren't they? Labour are backing.
Yeah. I stayed up late to watch that as well. People are saying reef elements in the chat. This is going to stick with you now, mate. Oh dear. But there isn't after 10 years of reefing or whatever. You've been in 10 years longer than that, ain't you? Maybe you've not got a brand that you like. Every tank you'd have that brand of stuff on it, or is it like even a salt brand or anything like that, or are you just?
I think. I don't change. No, I don't change all the time because that's something that I think I've learned over the last year or so to try and prevent. It's like anything. You say to somebody, "Oh, if you're going to make a change to your tank, make that change, but then take your hand out or leave it and monitor the influence that change has just made to your tank." Because far too often you'll do something, or you'll pour something in, or you'll take something out, or whatever it is, and you won't give it a fair fair trial or fair crap, and then you'll be too judgmental and say, well, that didn't work, when really you've not given it time to see if it actually did. And then before you know it, you'll pour something else in or take something else out, and then you won't know whether or not it actually had any beneficial effects to your tank or not. And before you know it, you're sort of blaming, you're pointing things in wrong directions. So I think for me, I don't change. The reason why I've gone to the Fauna Salt is because I'm buying into the Fauna ICP, and there's no affiliation here. It's just that for me, if I'm using their salt that's going into the as in the water into the tank, and they're telling me I need to dose this, that, and the other, then I'd like to think that what I'm dosing that's fauna based to the salt that's fauna based is going to sync a lot better than any other brands. Sort of contradicting each other is all I'm saying.
Thanks to everybody in the chat. They're all sharing their loyal brand. Quite a lot of people in the chat are sharing what brand that they are loyal to and that they really like using. Lots of different ones, to be fair. No one else has put Red Sea, so I think I'm on my own with that, to be fair. Nios. I do actually like Nios. Nios are doing some good stuff. I like their new tanks.
Yeah.
They look solid, don't they? Like the chunkiness of them again. Yeah.
To be fair, Scott, I've met Jose, and I've met him a couple of times. He's a very nice guy. But at the same token, all I'm saying is based on my experience. It's like some people don't use certain foods, or they won't buy certain skimmers or pumps or lights or whatever based on experience. So, good and bad.
Yeah. There's quite a few for the. Do you want me to do the giveaway then? Do you want me to make the wheel, or do you want to do the wheel?
Oh, God. How do I do the wheel? Come on, talk me through it, Bruce.
There you go. Go to Google and type in random name wheel. I think it's the second link down. And then you just whack all the names in. Yeah. Random name wheel or something it's called. And then you just put the names in. And I'll post it out. It's 26. It's worth 26 quid. So that's good. So
why have I got people's names already in it?
Oh, because you must have done it before. You must have done it. You must have set it up.
Well, I don't know somebody called Beatrice, Ali, and Charles, but I'll go again with it. Anyway,
it's just like, that must be a test. Just delete them out. And
right. So, crikey, how am I going to figure this out? Who's it starting with here? Right, who we got?
Critical Reset. Normally the names fly up the screen when there's a giveaway, and this one's like.
Oh well, I'm sure somebody will give me a lecture at Aquarage on how amazing it is and why I shouldn't say what I said, but I really don't give a monkeys.
RZ is the if you're not managed to join yet, Tom Loves RZ for a free Resettlements ICP. And then if you do win, guy, whoever wins, just message me on Instagram, like direct message me your address, and I'll post it out to you. But I think it starts at Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
All right. I've got to be fair, it was Dave that did it first, so you're having your name in, mate.
John Wright said, clearly, please do not enter my name. He definitely doesn't want it to turn up in Skegness. Who else we put here?
Texas Reef.
Fauna Marin, Alex Brooks. Hey Alex, I'm sure he's got a video on YouTube. I need to watch that. About dismantling a tank or taking your tank down. So what's going on there, mate? I'm gonna check your video out as well. But are you upgrading or something? You know Alex Brooks, don't you?
I do. He's a very good mate of mine. Yeah.
Is he upgrading or something? He's got a YouTube video out saying about
Alex isn't on YouTube.
Is it not? I'm sure it says Alex Brooks.
Very close, UK.
Anyway. So I'm just reading the other comments. Tom Loves RZ. Quite fancy testing the man-made pure salt I've got with no added trace elements. Has Liam got a new salt or something? What's that? I don't know.
He bought one that you can put on your drive when it snows.
No. Rock salt, as in like, yeah, it clears your drive off in the winter.
Well, either that or he could put it on his either that or he's. I've said he's already having. I've already said it in the group chat. He's having fish and chips for the rest of the year. Right, let me see if I've missed anybody here. I'm getting it.
Have a few. Few favorite hidden reefer. Few favorite reefing brands. Reef Factory. They're Polish, aren't they? Polish brand. Aquatics now distributor, 110% brand is back on point. Yeah, reefs. I've not got any Reef Factory stuff. I've heard good stuff about it.
I've got quite a lot of it, but it's not. Well, I'm not. Dosing. Stick to dosing.
Oh my God, here we go. Another brand.
No, not at all.
I know. Who is it? Fragbox TV. He used the light on his tanks, and they broke, and then they didn't replace them. So I know the customer service was a little bit.
The only issue I have with them is the cloud base, the IT support. So like quite often you'll go into your whatever it is, I don't know, let's say PH Probe or whatever, and you want to look at your historical data, and there'll be like a 3-hour gap with 3-4 hour gap window. It's normally around the midnight mark till about 4 o'clock in the morning, where you've got no data because the cloud's either updated itself or not been online, so you don't know what it was. Not to say that at that time of night it's going to give you, it's going to be something you need to be worried about, but it can just get a bit annoying when you don't have that data, because you just seem to get these gaps, these timeline gaps where it's not giving you the information you need.
Apparently, you might not be a fan of Reef Factory, but you like Polish beer, according to Daz. He's got some Polish beer at the barbecue, Daz, so get yourself around there. Liam, I can send you 2 ICP tests. Sent off 1. Just chatting amongst themselves. Don't like the Nios Weir. I don't know much about it, to be fair, mate. Where is it? Like the position of it, or what don't you like about it? The size of it? I don't know. I've not seen the Nios tank that close up, so I don't really know what he doesn't like about the Weir. But I like the chunky cabinets; they look good. Lee's favourite brands. He's got 3. You can't have 3, Lee. You got to pick one, mate. Bite the bullet. Where the hell's Tom gone? Yeah. So if I had to pick one, Lee, what would it be? You've got a Biz, Ecotech, and Neptune. You've got a lot of Neptune kit on your tank. That looks good. That looks good stuff. Tony, yeah. Red Sea. I agree, mate. Definitely Red Sea for me. Abyss. Is it Abyss? Is that
I'm here.
What, down the pit? You gone down the pit or something? What's going on? There's no pictures.
No, I'm here. Me, what you call it? Me laptop decided to start doing an update. Sorry, 1 second.
Tom?
Hey, mate, it's all part. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I thought all the pits closed in Yorkshire now.
Oh, shut up. Where are we?
Oh, right. It's just us now, guys. You have to help me out here. I can't even put the comments on the screen. So Abyss, is that Rob? Is Abyss? I thought that was a shop. Not is it a shop? Abyss. I've heard of Abyss Aquatics. Neptune then, Jay. Oh, nice one, mate. I didn't even put that up, so obviously somebody's putting these up on the screen now. Neptune. Yeah, I think the Neptune stuff looks really good on your tank, mate. All that auto dosing. Give away the John. Absolutely no way. Give away the starfish. Look, he's finished. He's done a live stream. He's done a full lap of the tank. What a legend he is. Legend. Gone all the way around, full lap. He's fully fit. He is. He'll probably stay there for the night now because he likes to be like just where the water's breaking. I think he likes the water on his back, like some sort of, when you go to the spa and you get like a little hydro massage. and the water hits your back like a powerful shower. He likes that. He kind of hits his back there and gives him a massage. So he always goes to sleep with the in the water at the edge. But mate, never give him away the starfish. I love him to bits. You know that. What else we got here? Hidden Reef. They went so far. Fix my lights. I'm really impressed. Oh yeah. So fair enough. That's Reef Factory. Yeah, customer service. I mean that he's Fragbox. He's in Canada, isn't he? So maybe the European customer service is better. Sponsored by Saxa Salt. Is that you, Liam? Is it? Are you sponsored by Saxa? Apparently, not me on YouTube, dude. Oh, I thought it was. So there's somebody called Alex who's got a YouTube. Sorry, mate, if I mix you up. Who's done that? Cracking up, Tom. Tom, where are you? Come on.
Can you hear me? I'm here.
Where's your picture gone?
I don't know what's up with my camera. I don't know what's up with camera.
Oh God, he's gone again. Bless him. Nice to hear good, genuine feedback and recommendations. Yeah, there is a lot of love there for Reef Factory in the chat. I wanted to see the clam. You're not seeing anything on Tom's camera. Done one again. Off now. Excellent live show, mate. Thank you so much. Gaz, yeah, cheers for joining us. Has there been no goals in the football either? Can't believe it in a single goal. Is that right? Night, Gaz. Everyone's saying night to Gaz. Narrow and thin. Oh, that's the weir. I think you're talking about there. I hope that's what you're talking about. Narrow and thin weir.
I'm here.
Oh, he's here.
Right. Sorry, we started to try and do an update. So let me just get we're going to do this roll call, not roll call.
Yeah.
This.
We lost Gaz.
NG Reefer was the last one I put in. We scroll up. I'm cracking up at Tom tonight's here. Yeah. Oh dear. See what happens Sunday morning, mate. Maccadee's Wi-Fi. Tom loves Polish beer. NG Reef was the last one. Right, I think we're good now. I think we're good to do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's run it.
Let me see if I can share this then. Right, 1 second.
Now you've updated your laptop. We were struggling without that update.
Oh, shut up. Right. Is anybody missing?
This is, oh my God, look, that's shameful. This is the least people I've ever seen on a wheel for a giveaway.
Right, are we going for it? We're going?
Yeah, let's go for it, mate. Let's
go. How do you do it?
Have you put John Wright on it? Make sure you put John Wright on it. Just want to send him it, even if you don't want it. Put him on. That's it. He deserves it. It's giving me.
What do you press here, Jason? What do you press?
You don't have to go around there. No, you just click on there.
Click to spin.
Click to spin. Yeah.
Go.
There you go. Right. Best of luck, guys. Hey, Reef King's joined as well for the last bit. Nice one to see you.
Lee's won it.
Lee, yes. Coming your way, Lee. Well done. Very excited for you. Life changing. Thanks to Lee. And make sure you let Tom know how good it is as well. Every step of the way.
Mate, I'm not behave.
So Carl's in. Carl's come to say hello. Joined us at the end.
Oh, Carl, I hope you're feeling better, mate, because you've not been very well, have you? You've had an issue with your back, so on Instagram. So I hope you're feeling better, mate. Yeah, he was in hospital the other day, bless him. So I hope he's all right.
Hospital, that's heavy. Wow, I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know it was it. I didn't know.
Yeah. Hope you're all right, mate.
Hope you're feeling better.
Definitely.
Get well soon. Abyss. Abyss is the shop. Abyss is a German pump company. I did not know that. Not heard of that brand. A lot of people like Abyss.
Abyss? What, as in the shop in Manchester or the German company you're on about?
Yeah, so I've never heard of the German pump company, but yeah. Well, if it's German, mate, it's quality, isn't it? 10-year warranty on a pump. Wow.
Yeah, but they're about 10 grand.
Right, okay. All right, fair enough. What's Cice? Is that what? That's Italian, isn't it? Cice.
Yeah.
Italian, yeah. Yeah, German stuff, quality in it. Put me on. Oh, you've missed Carl out of the giveaway. Too expensive. If it's not J-Bow, they haven't heard of it.
J-Bow, is that it?
J-Bow. What is it? J-Bow. What is it? It's J-Cod and J-Bow. See, I still think they're the same company. I don't know. Anyway.
They're all made out at the same bloody factory these days, aren't they? Let's be honest.
They're all Chinese, aren't they?
They are.
Congratulate all the loves coming in for Lee. Saves me buying one this week. Oh, see, Lee loves them. Just you.
Oh, just me.
So that's it, Lee. Yeah, it's on its way. I'll post it. Just send me your address, mate. I'm not hand delivering it though. I'll just post it and send it in post.
Give him a signed autograph. Are you doing?
Tom already knows the results. What's the results, Tom? Tell him the results already. Tom already knows the results, it says.
Your iron's lack of detection, your zinc's lack of detection, your cobalt chromium's lack of detection, your manganese questionable. That's the standard ICP result that you get back these days.
Oh my
God! If you listen to this guy, I'll share this. 1 second. Oh, am I going to be able to do this while I'm talking to you? No, this will make sense. No, this should make sense.
Just laughing at the result that you gave. I'd wet myself if that was what it came back like. Surely
if
not.
You listen to or watch, where is it? Oh, 1 second. Let me share this to you.
Go on.
Hang on. Oh, this one. Oh, no. Make me bloody play it then. Don't want to play it.
Off your ICP. Everybody's guessing his ICP test.
If you, where is it? Yeah, this one. Let me share this. I'll share my screen. I'm getting used to this. Second one, by the way.
You're doing
today's
really
got
well.
a little bit better than last week.
No, mate, you're doing really well.
So, if you watch or listen to this one, this is the guy Dr. Christoph Denk, who's the doctor behind the Oceamo lab. And he basically goes on to say, if you listen to that one, it's definitely worth listening, watching, while you're driving, whatever. It's 2 hours long, so it can be a little bit boring at times.
Like this one.
What's good about it? No, but what he's saying is that a lot of the ICP tests that you get these days, just because it says lack of detection, is because the machine that they're using to do the ICP, it can't read. So think about decimal points, and I'm not Carol Vorderman, but think about decimal points. So basically what he's saying is, what he goes on to say is the OES compared to the MS ICP is only able to read a certain range of decimal points, where the MS ICP can go even further, as in million, thousands, hundreds, whatever you want to call it, of a point. So even though you get an ICP saying 0, lack of detection, because it's an OAS ICP and not an MS ICP, doesn't necessarily mean that you have got 0. All it means is the machine that they used to read that parameter tested it as 0, because it's not capable or able to go any more, further down in terms of accuracy. That helps.
No, I understand. Yeah, no, good recommendation.
But it's definitely worth watching and listening to. Definitely one. In terms of dosing as well, it sort of tells you, certain things that you can blind dose. When you get an ICP, because again, another thing is people get ICP results back. I've done this. Oh no, I'm low on this. Pour this in, pour that in, and some of the things that you shouldn't be pouring in, or should I say, some of the things you are going to pour in should probably be done over a lot longer time frame rather than a couple of days. Anyway,
I've got a message from Lee. He's put, "I won." Whoop whoop. on the private chat.
Is he happy, is he?
Mate, he's over the moon. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Hey, speaking of videos as well, Paul's got a video out today. Have you part 1 of Dr. Tim's? He interviews Dr. Tim's. I
know he said he was going to do it.
Yeah, it's out today.
I didn't know he'd done it.
I'm going to watch that over the weekend. Yeah, he's done interviewed the man himself. Got some contacts, hasn't he, Paul? He's back next week as well.
Yeah, sure, I hope so. Yeah. I said, what did I say? I called him. Where's Wally's? I said, I said, where's Wally's dad and Declan Donnelly's long lost brother-in-law? Yeah.
Wow.
4 days in hospital with fractured back, 3 trapped nerves, 8-week recovery. Oh dear.
He was like a plastering injury or something. Has he fallen off something with plastering or something? That's serious.
He's a taxi driver.
He was. He's always been a plasterer as well, isn't he? He does plastering.
All right, okay. Oh, does he?
Yeah.
That's just sound effects. Sound effects.
That's how you plaster, isn't it? To be fair, I don't really know, but but he does. Yeah, he does plastering.
Oh, get well, mate. Anyway, thoughts with you, mate.
Yeah, get well soon, mate. There's been no goals in the football. I'm gonna have to have a look at the football now. I can't believe it's still 0-0. Is it 0-0? Oh my god, it is still 0-0. Wow. Oh yeah. So I might be able to get to watch the end of this. Yeah.
So what he's saying is, can we wrap up, please? Because I want to watch the football. No, that's exactly what he's saying. That's your commitment. That's the amount of commitment you've got for this channel and your fellow reefers. You're more bothered about the football than everybody else in the live stream and how they are.
No, I hope it goes. I'm happy to stay on for a couple more minutes. I just want to watch the penalties. If it goes to penalties, definitely don't want to miss that.
What happened to Clam of the Week? We will do Clam of the Week. We'll do it next week. I'll make sure we do Clam of the Week next week, Lee. I know you want to put your clam in on Clam Watch.
How do we do? Oh, we're gonna just have a look. What's happening with them?
Oh, to be fair, it fell off scaffold plastering.
Told you, mate.
So you are right. Fell on the scaffolding.
Oh, nasty.
Fell off the cast. Yeah, unfortunately.
Nasty. Oh dear. Yeah, I know there's plastering. Yeah, mate, that's physically.
You need to put a pound in your meter, mate. Then you wind your lights back off.
I've got a Just Giving page, mate. If you want to put some money on there, I'll put lights back on for you.
Just giving.
Just give.
Oh dear.
It's on night time. It's on moonlight now. Ready for bed. They're getting tucked up. It's been off for about 20 minutes. Pound in the meter.
This week was a lot smoother than last week. I'll say that. To be fair,
you've done really well. Honestly,
little interruption with my laptop. Trying to do an update. But
that wasn't
to be fair to Paul, it's normally Paul's issue with his Mackie D's Wi-Fi and his son streaming whatever else upstairs. So,
mate, like a duck to water, you've taken to this. I'm telling you, you're good host.
Oh, thanks, mate. I ain't got a clue what I'm doing with Marine, but I'm not bad at YouTube.
Your live streams.
Oh dear.
And it's always harder when there's only 2 of you as well. So when we get 3 or 4 back, hopefully next week.
Cheers, Dave. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Dave, that's nice. Your comment about knowing the ICP test already was funny. That was Dave.
No, and what I want to do I'm trying to do for my channel, if anybody's interested, is I know there's a few people that are going to talk to me about it, but I do want people to message me. I want to talk to people about their tanks. I know Jay, you're going to come on and talk to me about yours, aren't you, at some point?
Yeah, well, I'll do that. Yeah. How long has it got to be? 20 minutes.
Oh, you feel that? Oh God, it's a straight chore, isn't it? Oh,
no,
sorry, mate.
I enjoy it. So I'll come and chat.
You just enjoy being on live stream.
Remember, we used to, I don't think you've ever done one. We used to do like an open mic, and we used to get like 2 or 3 people in the chat.
Have a good weekend, mate.
Mate, good to see you. Thanks for that. Appreciate that.
Cheers, John. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, John. Can't wait to see the new shirt. Send me a
Cheers,
whatever it is, an exclusive. Send me an exclusive pic before. I can't wait till September to see it. UK 120 top guy. Thank you. Right, so are we?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up if you want. Say thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Happy Friday, and it'd be nice for people to jump in on Sunday morning if they could.
I'll
see me and Rob do that chat about fish tank, marine fish quarantine is the subject, should I say, topic for Sunday. And we're going to try and do it. We'll probably try and do something every Sunday for an hour. Don't want to take up too much of people's weekends. But yeah, the aim for my channel is obviously going to be talking to people about their tanks, how they run them. Got a few people that have agreed to do a video with me, so they're going to get posted on a Saturday morning. So hopefully we should get to a point where we do Friday night live stream, a Saturday chat with somebody about the tank, and then a Sunday chat about something else for an hour. So be a bit. So go from no YouTube, getting bullied from you, Jay.
Yeah.
Hope you feel,
pushing the content out.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so have a good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been appreciated for your support, and we'll speak to you all soon. Stay salty. See you later.
Cheers. See you later. Have a good weekend.